We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. That quote from Martin Luther King Jr. is the start of our time together in this Advent season. And so, welcome to the first of our Advent daily devotionals. Now, I have created this series of videos to give us all an opportunity to engage in our upcoming season in what might be a little bit of a different way, through the lens of our hymns. Our hymns themselves are beautifully written, poetic glimpses into the theology that's embraced by the Episcopal Church. The symbolic descriptions, the scriptural references, the faith-filled phrases draw together to immerse us in the wonder and anticipation of the season. Unsurprisingly, most of the hymns that are designated for this season are only sung once a year in our churches. While we'll often spend time in our Bible studies or in our prayer book discussions, it seems that we seldom set aside some time to contemplate our actual hymnology. My hope is that these brief daily meditations will give us a chance to do just that, to study the lyrics in a way that breaks open the joy of the season and helps us together to keep a vigilant watch for the season ahead. There are 4 different themes that are associated with the Advent season, and each week we will take one of them to focus on. We'll start out our meditation on the theme of hope, which, by the way, is easily one of my favorite words. No matter what is happening, if we have this one 4-letter word in our minds, we will never lose our way. So our first hymn of our meditations is hymn number 682 in the 1980 hymnal. So let's begin our time together by taking a moment and getting into a comfortable position and taking a deep breath. And as you exhale, sigh out some of the stress that you know has accumulated. Now take another deep breath and let it out. And now take a third. As you exhale, feel yourself begin to settle into the place where you are. Now you can close your eyes if you'd like, or you can focus your gaze on one particular object in the area around you. Listen for the words of the hymn. And as you hear them, simply make a note of your feelings. I love thee, Lord, but not because I hope for heaven thereby, not yet for fear that, loving not, I might forever die, but for that thou didst all the world upon the cross embrace, for us didst bear nail and spear, and manifold disgrace, and grief, and torments numberless, and sweat of agony, even death itself, and all for one who was thine enemy. Then why, most loving Christ, should I not love thee well? Not for the sake of winning heaven nor any fear of hell, not with the hope of gaining aught, not seeking a reward, but as thyself hast loved me, O ever loving Lord. Even so I love thee, and will love, and in thy praise will sing, solely because thou art my God and my eternal King. This particular hymn is attributed to St. Francis Xavier, who lived from 1506 to 1552, and who was trained as a teacher and became one of the very first Jesuit converts. He dedicated himself to visiting hospitals for what was then called incurables. St. Francis brought his sense of hope in God's power to heal and to care with him into every situation. It's sometimes hard to keep a sense of hope, especially when we are dealing with events that seem hopeless. And yet, it is a part of our everyday life. We hope for the sun to come up tomorrow, hope for a positive future for all that we love, hope that God's love will be felt by all. As Paul said in his letter to the Romans, rejoice in hope, be patient in suffering, persevere in prayer. And now I'd like to take a few more moments for us to contemplate some questions that I have for you. I'll give you 3 questions, and you can pause and contemplate each one, or listen to all 3 and let them sit with you during the course of the day. Perhaps maybe you want to think about them in another time of the day when it's quiet again, or just let them reside in your heart for a little while. But here's my 3 questions I have for you. The first one is, how do you define hope? Second one is that in this hymn, the word hope is described by what the author does not hope for. He does not hope for a reward. He does not hope for material gain. But what is it that the author is hoping for? And do you find yourself hoping for the same? And finally, why do you think this season is one of hope? And what in particular for this very Advent season do you hope? So thank you for joining me today for our opportunity to meditate on this particular hymn. And I hope you carry those thoughts with you until we meet again tomorrow. Take care of yourself, and may God bless you.